Hello everybody, welcome to One Drink, a podcast where we talk about one topic for one drink. I'm Matthew.
I'm Chad.
Eric Wallace.
And I'm Oliver.
And we are on location at Iron Tug Brewing?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Iron Tug Brewing.
We're here on Park Ave.
Park Ave. I'm glad that you are officially part of this.
Thank you.
The Rochester area has a lot of breweries.
Yes, we do.
And it's good that you are part of the scene.
Yes.
So what about, we tried some of the beers.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I like them so far. I mean, I've had a few over the years, especially working at Quimby's, where I know Chad from. But I've always liked them. So, and then I have lies. Cut that out. The whole point of this show is one drink. I forgot mine. This is, what am I drinking?
That is the pineapple upside down cake sour.
It's delicious. I'm a big sour guy too. Pretty much anybody that knows the show that's listening to us talk about beer know that I love sours, and this one's fantastic. You said you guys won an award?
Yep.
You guys got first place?
Yep, this was all Eric's idea. He came up with this great idea and put it together. You want to tell him how we...
Yeah, so this one we won a competition out of Buffalo from a group called Buffalo Beer Geeks. They put it on every year, and basically it's last year was a little weird because of COVID, but we submitted this beer to the competition and won first place with it.
Nice.
Basically, it's just our base sour that we do, most of our sour recipes with. That we added pineapple puree, a little bit of cherry puree, and then caramel sauce and vanilla wafer cookies.
Nice.
Wow.
My thought is when we're doing something, like this, where we're trying to emulate a dessert, rather than, I've had pineapple upside down beers before, and a lot of times it's like pineapple and like maybe a little bit of cherry. Mm-hmm. But my thought is like, if you're gonna call it pineapple upside down cake,
it tastes like pineapple upside down.
Yep. So that's like the pineapple that's on top, the vanilla wafers for the cakey flavor, a little bit of cherry for the cherries on top, and then I think one of the most important parts of pineapple upside down is when you flip it out of the pan, there's that kind of layer of caramelized sugar on the top of it. So that's what we did the caramel sauce with.
Nice. You can take this as a compliment. I used to make pineapple upside down shots when I was at the restaurant all the time. And they got real popular for a long time. It was like a huge thing. And this very much reminds me of the way that shot used to taste. And I used to love those shots. So I quite like this beer.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
I took a vodka in this and boy, I'd be all set.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous. It's one of the things you can do. A lot of the sours we have are easily mixed with ice and certain things. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, tell us a little bit about how you guys got started and your individual roles within.
I'll let you start because you've got a longer history than I do. So.
I mean, I've been involved in a lot of the local beer scene for over a decade, volunteer-wise. I've only been with ITB now for almost 2 years. Came on as honestly a part-time job where I was helping out in the tap room. Quickly, we decided that we wanted to have a bigger role and knew that we could grow the business. So the owners let us run wild to be, and here we are now on Park Ave, doing 5 times the amount of business we were 3 years ago, and looking to expand to other areas in the city.
That's awesome. I love seeing little local guys make a splash in the world.
It's so great.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What's nice too with our licensing is that we're able to now go and open up 4 other locations anywhere in New York State.
Oh.
Without asking anything. All we go is say, hey, I want that space, go and lease it, rent it, buy it, whatever you want to do, and that's just more business.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Now, is that something in the future you guys are going to look into, or
potentially? Potentially. We when we were going through the licensing process of getting the new license for this location, part of the delay, because it took us a long time.
Sure.
I mean, New York always takes a long time, but especially so during COVID. But it took a little bit longer than it even would have because of the fact that we were switching to this new license that would allow us that flexibility for future growth, because we didn't want to have to, if we got to that point, we wanted to be able to find something and like pull the trigger immediately on it, not wait through an entire giant mountain of red tape before we could actually like go into someplace. So we specifically did that with the sort of expansion in the future kind of in mind.
Yeah, it's nice that you guys did it that way, because then now you don't have to continue to jump through more hoops when you want to try to expand more and more.
Exactly.
You're already set up for the next step, and whether you're ready for it currently or not.
All the cost has been paid. It's really just go in, open up a door, and throw a bar in. I mean, I hate to say it being that simple, but it is.
Yeah.
We've really marketed ourselves to be able to go into some other locations locations. Specifically, the Buffalo market is just clamoring for our product. We have bottle shops that literally drive into Rochester just to pick up beer from us because we have no distribution out that way.
Right.
So it's pretty interesting. Yeah,
do you guys self-distribute around town?
Very limited when we can.
Drives it around.
Yeah. I got a little van. I get my van. You know, I drive around.
You look like a guy that would drive a van.
I do. It's all white.
It's all white. One of those little bubble window vans.
No, there's no window though. It sucks.
Oh, so you can put a bubble window in it though.
But no logo yet too, so it's all white. It really looks kind of weird.
Really creepy when you drive it.
Yeah, but I pop out of the bag with beer and everyone's
stay away from creepy white vans with Chad driving.
Yeah.
Want to try some beer?
So how many beers do you have in total?
I mean, so labels, we've got 54-ish, somewhere around there, in terms of like pre-done labels that we can just brew the beer, throw the label in the can, and done with it. In terms of beers that we have ever brewed, I think we're up to 250 or so. I mean, a lot of that's all small batch stuff that we've done once or twice, or like experimental batches. In terms of like stuff that we've actually gone through, put the effort in to make, you know, to get an actual label for, to like actually prove out the recipe and, you know, batch it up to a canning level size, we've got, you know, somewhere north of 50. So
that's one of the things with Rochester's market now, with specifically beer, it's very fickle. You have to keep changing things. You always have to keep doing different things because as good as this beer is, I got all a bunch of cases. I'm going to sell through that in like a week, maybe less. But if I made that again in a month, now it's going to take me maybe a month to sell. You constantly have to keep doing different stuff.
Well, we were just talking earlier before the show too that, you know, Rochester, or the greater Rochester area, is one of the most saturated markets around for, you know, breweries.
And still expanding though. That's just so crazy. You know, the market is sustainable. It's been shown, like, if you can bring a good product, you're going to sustain.
Well, I mean, it says a lot too about you guys that you're continuing to have success in such a saturated market. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's like a pat on the back every single day without anybody even, you know, actually saying, you know, hey, good job, guys. You know what I mean? If you're continuing to sell and continuing to thrive in a business that's as saturated as the beer industry is in this area, then, you know what I mean? That's a kudos to you.
This is the first time that I've tried your beer, actually. And so I tasted a couple other ones, and they're delicious.
You got the original batch of our East-West run. This is the first time we've actually made this beer in almost, 4.5 years?
4.5 years,
So we haven't even made that, so it's kind of nice to go back to our roots. And this whole line we do, it's basically, you know, based on a round of a fight. And each round, you'll look at our cans, it gets a little bit more beat up. And finally, Eric and I came to like, hey guys, you know, we're getting towards the end. Do you mind if maybe he throws a punch back or something of that nature? And sure enough, that's the idea they went through. And you know, we are currently this year going to do a batch of this every month. So we're going to go to the entire series for this entire year at one a month. So this one just came out. 2's coming out in a couple of weeks. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's cool. I like stuff that has, you know, like that's, you know, like that story in it, or you know what I mean? Like you can see the different cans or the progression.
You can see the poster too up there. It's just great artwork. That's the other part. We're really lucky in that we have a local tattoo artist named Dylan Weeks. He works at Lovehate Tattoo. And this guy, this guy does all of our work.
That's awesome.
He's currently finishing a mural that's going to take up this entire wall for us.
Super cool.
So
that dude's amazing.
Yeah, we're super lucky to have him involved. So, you know, he's not cheap, I'll say that, but he's worth every penny. I'll say that.
Well, you know, the good ones are never cheap.
No, but he's very, very good.
Well, it's cool. I like that you keep it local with that. You know what I mean? You got a local artist doing local stuff. You know, I mean, it's definitely the trend now. You know what I mean? To keep it local and keep it like it's going. You know, our friends own and operate Three Heads. And, you know, we've known them for a long time. They're the same. I think they have like a local school teacher, art teacher that does you know, most of their stuff too. Which I love that everybody just keeps it. Just keeps it tight and keeps
the best. So, on that note, how is the local support with business and people around the Rochester area?
Amazing. I mean, we have, you know, one of the best liquor stores right next to our Shooter's Liquor that, you know, has been around here for 75 years. And the moment I came here and we came here, they were like, hey, welcome to the neighborhood. What can we do? If you need anything, blah, blah, blah. You know, and just been great. Magnolia's across the street that You can order food, they'll bring it over here to you. Same with Giano's Pizza. If you want a slice, they'll bring it over to you. It's been a nice overall community.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing about Park Ave is Park Ave is loaded with independent business owners,
Yeah.
So great area to be in, and the summer. I mean, so is this your first year open here?
Yeah. Okay. So we've been here
since May we opened up. So this last May we opened up. We got through the vast majority of this past summer, then fall. This is our first winter officially here, and then this is going to be our first early spring here as well, and then going back into the summertime. So
the summertime is going to be amazing for you.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
It already was last year. Yeah,
we got some big plans. I got some music lined up for some live acts this summer. Yep. Like you were talking with Three Heads, I got those guys over there that are just being, again, part of the community. Reach out and they say, hey, we got a bunch of guys we could definitely put in the back there. So we're going to do some acoustic shows. We're going to do some stuff for Park Ave Fest. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We're going to actually make a beer specifically for Park Ave Fest.
I was going to say, you almost have to.
Yeah. We're working on it.
Yeah. So you guys the only tap room on Park Ave?
We are the first and only brewery on Park Ave.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got a bunch over towards University area.
Yeah. I knew there was some over there, but I was just trying to go up and down the street and think if there was anything right here on Park Ave. I used to live just around the corner for a while, and then my wife works literally a block down at Rome.
Right,
cafe right down the street.
Another local business.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know Drew or not. He's got 2 restaurants actually down the street here. He's got
talked to him at one point.
I did talk to him.
He's got Rome Cafe, and then they actually just did the soft opening for their brand new place, which is right across the street from Rome. The old Paco's. It's called the Classic now.
Nice.
Okay.
They just did their soft opening on Thursday. So, but yeah, little more upscale there, and then Rome is kind of like a little bistro.
Oh, they got great food. I've had it multiple times.
Yeah.
Great food.
Yeah. So he's a cool another little local guy on Park Ave. Reminds me a lot of you guys too.
So when summer comes up, are you guys going to partake in all the festivals that go on? Because Rochester has a festival every weekend.
Yes. It's one of the greatest things. We are actually part of the New York State Brewers Association as well.
Oh.
So we are invited often to different events all over the state. Last year we were able to partake in, I think it was 4 different ones.
Yeah, there wasn't much.
It wasn't much, but we were able to drink like a girl. Was one of them that was big out in Canandaigua, Penn Yan. That was a wonderful event run by, and I'm blanking on her name.
Kelly.
Kelly's
the first
It's
name.
called Drink Like a Girl. Look into them. They were really good people.
Nice.
But it was a 5K event, huge drinking event, tasting all day, live music. But yeah, there's probably, I'd say at least half a dozen events I know of already this summer that we're going to be a part of.
It's too bad I'm not still. It's too bad Quimby isn't still open because we could have done that competition. Over at Loving Cup.
Absolutely.
We could have partnered up on that one.
That's all right. We'll talk to Joe. Maybe we'll work something out at the other place.
Oh yeah, with Churchville. Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
absolutely.
So Leslie and them would let us.
Leslie loves
us and Iron Tug.
Leslie loves me, so absolutely.
We're in.
Yeah.
So are you going to partake in any more competitions?
Yeah,
if they come up, or
we just put in an application for the New York State Brewers Association, like official New York State competition. So that we weren't able to do last year because we weren't part of the Brewers Association.
Oh, okay.
But we are now, so we were able to put our application forward for that. And then other than that, we're doing this Buffalo Beer Geeks one again this year. That's going to be end of February. It's a little bit different this year. It's gone back to the way they normally did it. Which is they assign you like 3 or 4 of their group members. It's basically a Facebook beer group essentially.
Oh, okay.
But it's so like if you know the Flower City Brewers Association here in town, it's like Buffalo's version of that. So they've got a couple thousand members, and they basically anybody that buys a ticket to the event, they divvy them up to all the participating breweries, and the members collaborate with the brewery to actually help come up with a beer idea.
Oh, that's cool.
And then they're participating in the process and all that kind of stuff, and then the festival itself, everybody brings the beer, all the people that got tickets show up, taste everybody's beer, vote on their favorite kind of thing. So.
Nice, super cool. I love that you guys won.
I gotta go to this.
I love that you won a Buffalo competition from Rochester. You know what I
mean? I'll run up you on that one. The funny part about last year was there was, I want to say like 26 to 30 breweries involved. Basically mostly Buffalo, some Rochester, some Finger Lakes. The top 4 in the competition were all Rochester. So it's us, Fifth Frame, Swiftwater, and Rising Storm.
Suck in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Oh, Swiftwater? Swiftwater was up in there too? So that, I can't remember the name of that competition that they do at Three Heads with the food and the beer. Or not at Three Heads, at Loving Cup. Yeah, whatever.
Hometown Throwdown.
That's it, Hometown Throwdown. So first time that Quimby's was ever in that competition, we were paired with Swiftwater. So that was fun.
It's not a bad night.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. That was your night.
Yeah, that was my night.
I thought you were with us when we were with. I thought you were with us the next year. You were with Swift. You were on the Swiftwater team.
Swiftwater team.
Well, for like 12 minutes, you were on the Swiftwater team.
About that time.
Yeah. Chad got that was a fun trip.
That was a great day.
Yeah. Chad had a couple of beers and a couple of shots, and then he worked with us for like 12 minutes, and then we never saw him again for the whole rest of the night, and he was gone. He was gone. We never saw him again.
What happened to Chad?
He was supposed to help work.
Saw him half in the bag like 2.5 hours later over by the Three Heads tent.
Sounds about right.
Gonzo. Yeah.
Sounds about right.
That was hilarious. That was funny.
So, with all the other breweries in Rochester, do you sample their beers as well? Or do you like talk to them? And do you guys
So I came originally. So I was born and raised here in Rochester, out in Hilton, and for a number of years actually moved out to Cleveland and worked at Platform Brewing out there. And so I actually started my brewing career out in Cleveland, and then eventually moved back to Rochester. Rochester's beer scene is unique in a way that I don't think people really realize until you've gone elsewhere and then come back. This is by far the most friendly and collaborative beer market that I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
Everybody's friends with everybody. If I was having an issue over at the brewery, I could call up Andy over at Swiftwater, and he would, come over in 5 minutes to help me with something if I needed it.
That's awesome.
That's the kind of market we have here, and that's not the case most places. I mean, out at Platform in Cleveland, there was kind of the big three out there. It was like Platform, Great Lakes, and Fatheads were kind of like the top of the market, and then there was a bunch of small guys underneath us. Nobody worked with anybody. You never saw anybody collaborating, in-town collaboration.
Right. It was just a straight competition.
It was a straight competition, and honestly, I think the difference between Rochester and then most other places is Jenny. Because I think realistically what happens is when somebody opens up a craft brewery here in Rochester, the common thought process amongst everybody is like, okay, well, we're never going to be Jenny. So let's just do our own thing and be happy with it. We have that clear market leader that's already established. There's no jockeying for that position. That's already set in stone. At Platform, we were constantly competing to try to be the market leader. And here, everybody's just like, well, Jenny's going to do their thing. We're just going to do our thing and have a good time.
Yeah, nobody's trying to be Jenny.
Exactly. So, and the great thing about Jenny is that as big as they are, and as much as they do for, what are they, the fifth largest in the world now?
Yeah, pretty big.
I can go over there with a beer and a 4-pack and say, hey man, can you check this beer for maybe a contaminant or some concern that we may have, and my payment is that 4-pack. And they just take care of it. They'll take care of it. They have a beautiful lab over there, and they're just there to help out all the local.
That's awesome. See, it's awesome that big of a place.
Exactly.
What I mean? We'll help out. A little.
They're like, hey, you got a beer for the payment? Sure do.
Here you go. Yeah.
So we're always tasting different places. You got to. That's the only way you challenge yourself. All of a sudden someone comes up and they may take a recipe that we've made and do something different with it. And we're like, okay, we got to up our game here. We got to do this.
It's like a friendly competition.
Sure. Always.
And I think that's why the beer community is so successful here, because everyone's friendly. Everyone helps out. So it's hard not to like the industry.
Yeah.
I mean, for myself, I started down the path, but I came back to Rochester about 12 years ago, and I love beer. In fact, it was this guy here and a guy named Fergie, who, when I walked in, it was like, here, try this, here, try this, here, try this. And all of a sudden, it was like, oh my gosh, I got all these crazy beers.
So I read something online about the new place. It says the new place is gorgeous, and the team at Iron Tug will likely outgrow it again in no time. I'm excited to spend summer days on the patio and thrilled to finally have great beer on Park Ave, which is going to be...
and like we were just talking about too, now being the only tap room on Park Ave, that's huge for you guys. And then plus, you were telling us earlier before the show that, well, one, there's a patio out back.
Yeah,
right?
we have an entire 6-foot privacy fence, heated tent right now, but the whole space out there will probably hold, I'd say, a good 60 to 70 people. We're going to decorate it nicely for the summer. It's going to be a great spot. Going to have some live music, like I said.
Yeah.
It's just nothing crazy, something simple.
Acoustic,
it's going to
right?
be it's going to be a nice little vibe. You're going to be able to come, have a great beer, have an experience with some good people, walk down the street, get to know your neighbors. And
you know what I like
enjoy the
too?
summer.
What I'm thinking about on Park Ave too is I like the fact that you guys have it out back behind the building. One, because there's way less restrictions than when you're on the street. Because I know how finicky Park Ave is about. I mean, pretty much everything.
Yeah.
But as far as large size patios, I mean, Half Pint, I think their outside is like 3 times as big as their inside, which really isn't saying a whole lot. But there's not a whole lot of large patio areas on Park Ave.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So you guys might have, one of the largest, if not the largest space.
All said and done, we'll have this,
for a patio.
I'd say this summer, if we do get the outdoor patio done out front as well, we'll have, I'd say, anywhere between 100 to 120 outdoor seating.
Nice.
Which
awesome.
No one has that. No one.
Yeah, no, not even close to that big.
And we are going to have a couple of options too. So like you said, in the back, it's going to be a lot more, less restrictive back there.
Right.
Essentially, it's private property back
Yeah.
there. You can kind of hang out and do what you want.
Yeah, you can mosey around and...
Yeah, it's a little more private back there. We do have sidewalk tables that we put out in the summertime. So if you do want to sit out on the sidewalk, people watch, which
right.
Park Ave is endless entertainment.
Oh man, that's worth its weight.
Yes, it is.
Let me tell you.
I like that.
But yeah, we'll have that option as well. So, if you want to sit out and people watch and enjoy the sunshine out there, you can. We're going to have that back area that's a little bit, tucked away, but, still outside, still enjoying the weather. So you'll have options.
Awesome.
And the one great thing about having the patio, and you saying having like the live music, is Rochester has so many great musicians.
Yep.
From all genres
of
music. So it could be,
I got some ideas. It's gonna be fun.
anything you want, there's a musician for it in Rochester.
Yeah, and the personal tastes on Park Ave is so eclectic that, what I mean? If you have one guy that's playing this night, then you'll draw this crowd, and then, you got a different guy doing something else this night, and it's a totally different crowd that comes in, you know what I mean? You're able to expose yourself to so many different markets being in this one, location that, I think that I'm super stoked for you guys.
Thank you
for sure.
And you never know, I might get up there with the bongos.
You're more than welcome.
If you're an artist,
We can do an amateur night.
Open mic night.
If an artist was interested in getting in touch with you guys, what's the best way to do so?
They can just email me, honestly, the best way, or call the tap room here. But Chad at irontugbrewing.com.
Nice.
That'd be the easiest way to go.
Yeah, we'll definitely put your guys' social links, and then your contact information in the description down below for sure.
Beautiful.
For sure. Yeah, and we'll post it, on our social media pages, probably for about a week or so. We'll push it out. So
Thank you.
definitely. Anything else? I know you guys got to get open soon.
Yeah.
We don't want to keep you for too long, but anything else you guys want to add to?
We could keep talking.
I know. Trust me. So when we first started this show almost 2 years ago, me and Matt were like, if we can do 15 minutes, if we could do a show for about 15 minutes, that'd be great. Our first show was like 12 minutes long. You know what I mean?
Felt like
and then
2 hours.
After about a season, now we're like struggling to keep ourselves at like 40, 45 minutes. You know what I mean? Like we try really hard not to push ourselves to like an hour, but we always end up going off on these like terrible tangents and going down these freaking rabbit holes, man. And then like we forget, we're talking about, like it's Susan B. Anthony's birthday, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden we're, watching, talking about cat videos that we watched in outer space or something. Like it's just like, how did we get here?
But yes, Iron Tug, great place. I love it. I'm glad that everything is going well, and it's gonna get better and better for you guys, of course.
Thank you.
And hopefully we can come back and do another show
Absolutely.
during the summer or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, do something out back.
Yeah, that'd be super cool.
Yeah.
That'd be super cool. But don't forget, guys, to check these guys out both on social media and down here on Park Ave. Come down, have a beer, hang out. And then, Chad can tell you everything you need to know about beer, because he won't do anything else. But anyways, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to both channels on Facebook and YouTube at One Drink Podcast. Hit that sub button, click on the bell notifications to be the first ones notified when our new episodes hit.
Yes. And all we ask is if you share with one friend.
That's it.
Share our page.
Share their page. For sure. Or better yet, just come down and have a beer.
Yes. And we will see you down here at some point, because we'll be frequently coming back, obviously.
I appreciate that.
Anyways, guys, Los Angeles Iron Tug. Cheers.
See you
guys.